This is unequivocally the best method I've seen, and I'm going to show you how with this gill head bream that has been scaled and gutted. With the top of the fish facing you, start by making an angle cut just behind the pectoral fin and the skull until your knife touches the center vertebra. Then run your knife along the length of the fish, starting from the anterior dorsal fin down to the posterior dorsal fin to make the first incision. Once the cut has been made, you should be able to feel the radial cartilage and the spine of the fish with your knife. Ensure that your knife is resting on top of the radial cartilage before cutting along the spine until your knife reaches the center vertebra. Then turn the fish so that the bottom is facing you. Cut along the anal fin until your knife reaches the vertebra from this side. At this point, this fillet is still connected to the skeleton at the vertebra and the ribs. Do not remove the fillet on this side yet, as it will help keep the vertebra and the spine of the fish in a neutral position as you work on the other side. You will better understand the purpose of doing this later. Turn the fish over and repeat the same process, but this time start with the bottom section of the fish by cutting along the anal fin until your knife reaches the vertebra. Then turn the fish so that the top is facing you and cut from the posterior dorsal fin up towards the anterior dorsal fin. Ensure that your knife is resting on top of the radial cartilage before cutting along the spine until your knife reaches the center vertebra. As before, make an angle cut just behind the pectoral fin and the skull until your knife touches the center vertebra. Lift the top part of the fillet and run your knife along the vertebra to free the back part of the fillet. Most species of fish have fine bones connected from the ribs up through the flesh towards the skin. Run your knife along the rib bones to separate the fine bones from the rib bones, and in a curved motion slice along the rib bones a few times until the fillet is completely free. Turning the fish over, you can now see the purpose of keeping the both fillets partly connected to the vertebra and rib bones. If you had removed the first fillet before working on the other side, you would have to cut along a curved vertebra and spine when working on the second fillet. Now just rinse and repeat by running your knife along the vertebra to free the back part of the fillet. Then run your knife along the rib bones to separate the fine bones from the rib bones, and in a curved motion like before, slice along the rib bones until the fillet is completely free. The head and skeletal bones can be kept for making a fish soup or a fish stock at a later time. Then, working one fillet at a time, trim off the stomach lining by cutting with your knife at an angle away from the middle of the fillet towards the pelvic ray fin. To remove the fine bones, use a fishbone tweezer or clipper to gently pull them out one after another. Rinse and repeat with the other side, and you have two perfectly filleted fillets ready for cooking. Thanks for watching and see you next time. Cheers!